everyone, I'm Karen. Welcome back to Karen Cabot Puzzles. As you can tell from the background behind me, I'm not in Los Angeles today. I'm actually at my parents' house, and I just decided to set up some stacks of puzzles to make a little themed background for this channel. If you want to know what all of these puzzles are, I actually go through them in parts 2 through 4 of my Jigsaw puzzle collection video series, so I'll make sure to link those right down below if you have questions about anything that you see in the background here. But what I'm actually going to talk about today are Jigsaw puzzles that I don't like. I feel like in a lot of hobbies there is this misconception that just because you like X thing, that means that you must love and be obsessed with every single thing to do with X thing. So people think that I am obsessed with every single Jigsaw puzzle that is out there, and that's just not the case. I have very limited time to actually do Jigsaw puzzles these days, so if I'm going to be spending hours working on one, I want to make sure it's a picture that I am excited about, that I like looking at. So of course I am very thankful to my parents for always supporting all of my hobbies and getting me all of these Jigsaw puzzles, but they have gotten some over the years that I just don't really do or like. And so about like literally 10 years ago, probably, I think it was even more than that, I think it was when I was like going off to college, I went through the Jigsaw puzzle collection. I separated out all of the ones that I like, which I showed in my collection videos, and then I put aside a few boxes of puzzles that I don't like that we could donate. Well, I came home last summer, I looked in the closet, they were literally still there. And obviously no one has donated them yet. They're still just sitting around our house. So I figured I would take this opportunity to show you guys the puzzles I don't like and explain what it is about them that I don't like. Okay, let's do it. So here we have this box of very similar, all the same like series of puzzle. And actually before I get into it, I just want to say these are only my opinions. If you love all of the puzzles I'm about to show, you do you, that's totally cool. This is just for me. So these are all from MB, which I think is Milton Bradley, and these are the Big Ben series. Is that like a sub-brand that they have? I'm not really sure. Apparently we bought this from a store called Bradley's for $4. I personally don't really like photograph puzzles as much as illustrated puzzles, which is a theme you're about to see in a lot of these I'm about to show. I just feel like so much of this puzzle is so just boring and blah. Like, for this one specifically, you have basically two main sections. You have this orange flower section and then this background section. And it's like, nothing about it really excites me. I don't want to spend 6 hours staring at this picture where there's just like nothing really going on. It's the same thing with this one, which is Big Ben over in London. And apparently you can win a trip to London or another exciting destination. See details inside. Offer expires February 27th, 1993. I think we might have missed the boat on that one. I feel like puzzles like these of like famous landmarks or like a mountain, which you're gonna see plenty of, are what people think of when they think of Jigsaw puzzles, people who aren't really like in the puzzle scene. And today there are just so many more like exciting, fun, colorful designs that you can get on a Jigsaw puzzle that I just don't feel the need to put together this like really generic picture of Big Ben. Also, I wonder who this guy is. I wonder if he knows he was printed on this puzzle that was probably sold to like thousands of people. Then we've got this one, which is probably the one that I would be the most likely to do out of all the ones I'm going to show you, because I do like the colors in it. I just feel like life is too short. Why do a puzzle you're not that excited about? It's just, everything I'm about to show just feels so generic. That one is probably like the least generic of all of these, but like, oh look, it's a little cabin, it's a mountain. These colors are so boring. Why would you want to stare at this like gross, like dull green and brown? I don't know. I'm just so happy to live in a time where we have much more exciting Jigsaw puzzles to do than these. Here we have a lighthouse, but you can like barely even see the lighthouse because it's covered up and there aren't even any fun designs on it. And then you've got like half a puzzle of rock and half a puzzle of sky. Here we have rocks. Cool. let's look at some rocks. I know that a lot of people think jigsaw puzzles are boring, but like the ones that they make today are not boring. This one would be boring. Literally in this one, there is nothing happening. It's just a tree. There's a bunch of green. Again, there are like 2 colors in this one. I just don't want to spend my time staring at this picture. Here we go. We've got a mountain and we've got rocks. I guess with this one, you could do like the snow. There isn't too much sky, so that wouldn't be too bad. You could do the flowers at the bottom. This one's kind of cute. I just have a thing with cat fur. I just find the texture of a picture of animal fur, once you get so close up, like when you're doing it in a jigsaw puzzle, I just don't like the texture. It kind of grosses me out. Yeah, this one is 500 pieces. It's really little. Apparently it's from Rose Art, who make terrible crayons, so I'm not surprised they made a terrible jigsaw puzzle. No, that's mean. Okay, this isn't terrible. It's just, again, just so generic. This one is from, also from Rose Art, and again, it's just snow. Literally, like, you could do like the buildings in the background, and then there are just so many trees. Okay, I think this might be the most generic picture I've ever seen. Literally a mountain, a reflection, and there's nothing else happening. This one is from Codacolor. Actually, I think I have another puzzle here. The hot air balloons I like. I guess that might be the only Codacolor puzzle I saved. I just don't. I'm sorry guys, I just don't. This one I think I actually have done. This one's okay. It's this like farm silo and a barn and then a bunch of cows. Again, a whole lot of sky. This one is apparently fully interlocking. Oh, it cost $2 from a store called Jamesway. I wonder when we got this, probably in the 90s. This next one though is an illustration, so you think I would love it. But I remember doing this puzzle when I was in either high school or college, and it was just so boring. So we have this woman. You can put her together pretty quickly. I guess you can do the rocks pretty quickly. And then there is just so much sky and so much ocean that putting the rest of this together just took literally forever. And as I was working on it, I was like, never again. I'm never doing this again. I just don't want to do this much of all one color. And I feel like I should address that, because I've gotten a few questions of people being like, why do you hate puzzles with so much of one color when you will happily do a gradient puzzle, which is like just color and no texture? I feel like those are more of an exercise in color theory, and if it was literally, like there's this one puzzle that's literally just yellow, I just don't think that would be very fun. With a gradient, you're building out the gradient and it kind of tests your ability to see color. With this, literally like a third of this puzzle is the exact same color. So you're just sitting there trying the pieces and there are no clues on the pieces themselves about where they're gonna go. So I feel like most of what I've been talking about is just about the picture on the front of the puzzle. These are about the fact that they're real sketchy looking, and I'm pretty sure we're missing pieces. Let's see, we've got this one, which again is just so faded and dull and just not an exciting picture. It's super dusty, which probably is not contributing to the fact that it does not look appealing to me. And then we've got, oh my god, I remember this. We have this nature puzzle, which is these giraffes, which I don't know if you can see that, but it is, again, just a real boring picture. But then on top of that, we have this puzzle box with other puzzle pieces in it. And I think at one point, my dad came home from like a garage sale or something. I can't even remember where we got these, with just a bag of puzzle pieces, and my sister and I tried to put them together, and we got some sections put together, but like more than half the pieces were missing, so we couldn't make any semblance of an image. I think it was like a picture of some dolls is what we sort of figured out. But that's what this is. I don't know why we still have these random puzzle pieces that are like 1/3 of some random puzzle out there in the world. But yeah, those I think are gonna just go in the trash. Would you look at that? We've got mountains. I feel like you should be like taking a shot every time I show a picture of mountains. At least this one has a few different like bright blues going on, but you know, I'm just so good. Goodwill can have this. This one's actually kind of pretty. It is a waterfall There's just a whole lot of flowers here. Like everything from the like 9/10 of this puzzle all looks essentially the same, which I say in a lot of my like review videos or when I'm talking about puzzles that I don't want them to be frustratingly hard. I feel like a puzzle like this, even if it's only 500 pieces, would be frustratingly hard because you just can't tell like where on the board any of this is going to go because it all looks exactly the same, and you're just sitting there just trying piece after piece, and it just takes forever, and the picture is just not very interesting even once you finish it. Oh, this is another one that I did in like high school or college, and again when I finished it I was like, never again. This took literally forever. So this is an illustrated one. It is from Bits and Pieces, who I love, and they send me puzzles all the time now. I just don't enjoy this one that they made like 10 years ago or probably 20 years ago. The planes were fun to put together. The issue is the sky all around them. Again, it looks exactly the same in like half of the puzzle, and it just took so long. Actually, this one I might keep around. I don't know why this one ended up in that pile. It's not my favorite. It's okay. It's 550 pieces. It's another Bits and Pieces puzzle. This one is a cat with like an illustration of more cats within the cat. So you know what, actually, now that I look at it again, I do kind of like this one. I'm gonna hang on to it. This one can join the main collection. Congratulations. Oh, okay, this next one. I'm gonna say something a little controversial. Please don't hate me. I do not enjoy Thomas Kinkade Jigsaw puzzles. I like his illustration style. I appreciate his artwork. I think he's a beautiful painter. I just find these colors and that texture just very difficult and kind of boring to put together as a jigsaw puzzle. This one is kind of cool. It has these really weird like curved S-shape puzzle pieces, but just this, I don't know, this pastel painted texture, it's just not very interesting or exciting to me, so I think I'm gonna let this one go. Oh, okay, remember how I was talking about how I don't like the close-up texture of cat's fur? That's literally all that this one is. This is just like a mosaic of cats. Mosaic isn't the right word. It's just like a collage of cats. And it's just like the same 3 colors throughout the entire thing. Look at all those eyes just staring into your soul. All right, we have one more. And this is one that you would think I would be all over, but I did it once. And again, I was like, literally never again. This is the worst thing I've ever done. Look at that. That is so crazy. It is a Kaleidoscope, 600 pieces. It's made by Kodacolor. Apparently you have to listen with your eyes for a musical mind-bending experience. I did this one once. It was so hard. It took forever. These outer triangles were fairly easy to do. This inside part was easy to find, but then everything else, when you look at like how much information you get on each piece, it all looks the same. And then obviously, since it's a kaleidoscope, the picture is mirror imaged exactly the same in every direction. So you literally have no idea where on that like circle it's gonna go. So I just feel like I have so many other puzzles that are not nearly this frustrating that I'm just gonna do those instead, and I'm just gonna let this one go out into the world and maybe somebody else will appreciate it. Okay, so those were all the puzzles I had that I did not enjoy. I just feel like puzzles like these are what so many people think of when they think of a jigsaw puzzle. Just like a grandma sitting there. Not that grandmas aren't cool. I can't wait to be a grandma someday. But just like sitting there doing these like really boring pictures. And that's just not the case anymore. So many puzzles these days are so fun and so much more exciting and inventive and creative that I just don't see the need to be putting together like endless pictures of mountains. I'm so good on the mountains. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, please let me know in the comments. Again, if we disagree, I mean no harm or no offense. Everyone can like different things. I just thought it might be interesting to show some puzzles that I am not as into, since usually I'm talking about how much I love every puzzle. But that's not true. I don't love every puzzle. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, if you have not seen my jigsaw puzzle collection videos, that's where you can learn about all of the puzzles behind me, which are all puzzles that I really like. This video has been really long and all over the place, so I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys next time.